Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Jackie. Happy Monday. I am trying to do an update video because I didn't do one last week. I wasn't feeling well, so wasn't really into doing videos. But I wanted to give you a quick update about what's been going on. This is, I guess, for weeks 8 and 9, a weeks 8 and 9 update. Looking up so I can see my notes. So let's go right into my stats. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on October 10th, 2016 at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles with Dr. Scott Cunene. My highest weight recorded was 305.2, and that was at the end of May 2016. Date of surgery, I was at 254.8. The last time I updated you guys, I was at 233.2, and last week, which was, I guess, the end of week 8, I was at 231.4, which was a 1.8 pound loss from the week before that. And this morning, I was at 299.4. So that was a 2 pound loss for the week, ending week 9. So that gives me a total loss of 75.8 pounds since the end of May and 25.4 pounds since surgery. Really happy about that. It's a lot slower than I really would have wanted, but I'm happy with any loss. I mean, heck, I'm down 75 pounds from the end of May, so that's pretty good as far as I'm concerned, and I'll take it. So, sorry, I'm still kind of hoarse from being sick the past couple weeks. So anyway, I'm going to go into my struggles for the past couple of weeks. You know, I've had a couple of times where I've eaten late night, and that's always a struggle for me because my husband and I, when our schedules are so that sometimes we eat our dinner really late at night. So it could be, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night before I eat, I'll eat a decent meal. Like before then, I may have like a protein bar or something like that. But there have been a couple of nights, and I've been trying to eat early, but there have been a couple of nights that I've eaten really late at night. And I noticed that even though I'm within my protein goals, I'm within my calorie goals for the day, it still will create either a stall or a gain the next day. Not a huge gain, but still a gain. And so that's been kind of a struggle for me. I'm trying to figure out how to get all my meals in and not be super hungry at the end of the day. Because I pick up my husband from work because we only have one car right now. So he gets off, after 10 o'clock at night. And if I've eaten my last meal at about 6:30 or 7, I'm hungry. And so therein lies my problem. I have to figure out what I need to do as far as that's concerned. Also, there have been a couple of times these past couple of weeks when I felt like I was a bottomless pit. I mean, I felt like I could not get satisfied with anything. And it was really not necessarily meals, but it was the snacking. It was snack food. So, I had like those Japanese crackers, and I'd have regular crackers, and I'd have, these little mango ice cream bars from Trader Joe's. I just felt like there was especially one night that I felt like I was such a bottomless pit. And I, I was kind of concerned about that because, first of all, um, you know, it's they say it takes 21 days to form a new habit. Well, dude, it's I've been doing this since the end of May. No new habits. Well, some new habits have been forming, but like these old habits just keep popping up. And I'm starting to realize that you have to, I mean, these are habits that you have to continue to fight because they're habits that have um, been in existence for so many years that they'll creep up. And I always thought, oh no, after the surgery I'm not going to be one of those people that that has a hard time with snacking or anything like that. But I was wrong. So yeah, that was a real struggle. And I have to figure out what I can do to um, to try and offset those like bottomless pit days. Um, I tried drinking, and that didn't help. So if you guys have any suggestions on things that you've done to help with that, I would be more than willing to take any suggestions. Um, what to do with late night eating and also the bottomless pit snacking. Please comment below because I need your help. So those were my main struggles for the past couple weeks. Some victories. If you follow me on Instagram, I got out of the 230s. So I am so excited about that. I'm into the 220s, and it's been a while since that happened. So that was a major victory for me. Also, a couple non-scale victories. A couple weeks ago, the music ministry that I'm part of, we did an outreach at a church, and usually when we do that, I'm the praise and worship leader. And so in the middle of the day, there was a break during the conference that we were singing at, and a woman came up to me, and she looked at me, and she was just looking at me, and I smiled at her, and so she said, "How did you lose the weight?" And I just looked at her because I don't remember her. And because I don't see her very often, but she said, I haven't seen you in about a year. So, but when you started talking, I recognized your voice, but I didn't recognize the person that voice was coming out of. I said, "Oh my God, yeah, so same voice, different body." And she said, "Exactly." So I was over the moon. I was like telling my husband, I told my mom, I told anybody who would listen to me. That was my day. So I was, that put me on a pretty big high that day. And then last Saturday, a friend of mine who's also in our music ministry, she noticed that I had kind of a stiff neck. She was trying to massage my neck and my shoulders and stuff. And she kept feeling my shoulders. She goes, "Oh my God, I feel your bones." So that kind of made me feel good too. So, the compliments are really awesome, but they're a byproduct of the fact that, I'm feeling much better about myself. The hip pains that I'm feeling are still there, but they're much less than they used to be. So I feel like my blood pressure is even in the lower range. So I'm going to be talking to my doctor pretty soon, my primary care doctor, about maybe lessening my blood pressure medications. So that's really good. So, all I can say is I am really happy that I did what I did. And I think that anybody who had the surgery a majority of the people can say the same thing, that they don't regret having the surgery at all. So if you are watching this and you are contemplating the surgery or you are pre-op, all I can tell you is from my experience, yeah, there's some struggles. There are some things that, you know, you hear that might be putting you off, but those struggles are such a small obstacle in in such an amazing experience. I would not, I would not, I don't regret my decision, and I would do it over and over and over again. So if you are contemplating surgery, if I would really seriously, uh, based on my own experience, I would say go for it. But you have to be at peace with that decision, because if you're, you know, I feel this is like my feeling. If you're at peace with the decision that you make, and um, you're not like at odds with yourself about it, you have a better experience, and you you do much better if your whole attitude going into your decision is a positive one. So I say, you know, do your research. I did a whole bunch of YouTube binging, and that made me even more positive about the decision that I was making. And so I just feel like you really need to go into this whole process on a positive note, and that, you know, that's just, it'll just help so much. For you that are who are pre-op and are going to have surgery soon, yay for you. I'm so excited for you, because this is really just an amazing thing. Okay, so those were the victories, and that's my rah-rah speech. But so on a couple of side notes, late last week I joined a gym finally. So I'm really excited. I'm, you know, going to be using the pool. Um, they have a recumbent bike, which will help me. I just went to my I just met with I just went to with my first visit today, and so I'm really excited. You know, I'm trying to kick up this weight loss. I'm trying to kick it up a notch. So hopefully the exercise, the added exercise, is going to help me with burning the extra calories and hopefully losing more weight faster, and losing inches, toning up, you know, because I really need that. Everything is starting to juggle like jello. So so that is a great side note. I finally joined a gym. And another thing about restriction, which is kind of a side note, I notice that I feel restriction more when I have a full meal, like when I have like cuts of meat, either beef or chicken, what have you, and a vegetable. I feel full. I feel the fullness, and I feel the restriction. It's when I have snacks, like, you know, sometimes when I have Quest protein chips or protein bars, or even soft foods like scrambled eggs or sashimi. I feel like with those kind of things, I don't feel this restriction so much. And so it kind of makes me feel like I can eat more. And that's kind of a dangerous feeling. So I really have got to make sure that that bag of chips is just that bag of chips. That protein bar is just that protein bar. I feel like when there's a smorgasbord of stuff around me, that I'll start partaking in a whole bunch of snacking, and then it becomes grazing, and then you've eaten way more than you should be eating. So, yeah, that's something that I need to, that I'm trying to work on, is making sure that I don't graze as much, that I don't graze at all, not as much, that I don't graze, because then, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there will just all add up. And then you've gone way over your calorie count for the day. You've eaten way more than you really should, and it's not very helpful. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys that update. I noticed that I have some new subscribers. That's kind of exciting. And I really want to thank you, because you know that you guys thought enough of enough to join my journey and subscribe. So I'm so appreciative of that. It means a lot to me that I have people who are going to follow me and hopefully motivate me and inspire me in this journey. I want to thank you, everybody, for inspiring me again every day and motivating me every day. I'm on Instagram a lot, so I get a lot of motivation from there. So have a great week, everybody. Stay awesome. Thanks again for the inspiration, motivation, and I hopefully will see you next week. Bye.